Welcome back, guys. Thank you for being here. So today we're gonna talk about a major topic in the U.S. market currently, but worldwide market. We're gonna talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been probably the biggest news this year and the past couple years actually. Personally, I have so much anger against Bitcoin because I remember 3 years ago, I didn't know what Bitcoin was 3 years ago, but then a guy approached me who was a trader, a really good trader. He approached me and it was like, you need to invest in this stuff. You're gonna make 10 times your money or even more, and that was Bitcoin. I think back then it was trading around $100 to maybe max $400. I don't remember currently the price, but it was really low compared to now. And unfortunately, I was still in college, so I really didn't have that much money to invest in something that I didn't know anything about. So I didn't invest. So I lost the opportunity to make probably at least 20 grand. So why we're talking about Bitcoin? We're talking about Bitcoin, and I'm gonna pull up the chart right now. We're talking about Bitcoin because there was a news today that talk about how the price of Bitcoin was manipulated the past year. So as you guys can see, 1 year ago, the chart I'm currently viewing on TradingView.com is a 1 year chart. So it goes from June from last year to June from this year. So last year, this time it was trading up around $2,000 per share. So the article that came out today, it was a research made by a finance professor in I think it was University of Texas, if I'm correct, and a graduate student. And basically they analyzed the bull period of Bitcoin last year. So basically from June all the way to December. And they wanted to understand why and how Bitcoin increased so quick in price, increased so quick. And what they discovered is that many traders, many investors that were actively involved with Bitcoin, every time there was a sign of a decline in the price of Bitcoin, they will use the Tether to buy Bitcoin and to increase the price. And long story short, this is basically considered manipulation of the price, because every time Bitcoin was going down, they will buy back more shares to bring the price up. So this is really important because it's something that's considered illegal. So I will be curious to see if there will be some sort of more deep story about this. If the story will actually go deeper, and to see if it's actually true. So I want to compare Bitcoin with other major. I'm gonna use a strong sentence. I'm gonna compare Bitcoin with other major bubbles, because many people ask me, friends, other colleagues, people like you guys that watch these videos, they ask me, what's your take on Bitcoin? No, are you a long-term investor? Are you currently investing in Bitcoin, or you think it's gonna drop to zero? My point is this for Bitcoin. I really love the fact that many people were able to catch this long bull wave for the past year. Hopefully they didn't buy when it was 18,000. Yeah, that will be scary. But actually, no, people that when the price was around 15,000, they made the loans and they use the credit cards to buy Bitcoin. So I wonder what they're doing right now, since the price is currently trading at 6,637. So And I'm pretty sure there are many people out there that use loan, credit cards to purchase bitcoins when they're at all-time low. So I mean all-time high, because if it was all-time low, they would still be up, but it's all-time high. So it's a scary situation to be in. So my take on Bitcoin is that, well, first of all, I missed an opportunity and I'm upset. But second of all, as you can see from the chart, even though you're new to stocks, you're new to financial markets, look at the chart. Bitcoin for the past 6 months, since December, has been having low highs and high lows, meaning that every single time Bitcoin reaches a new high, the high is lower than before, and the low, you know what I mean? See, 17, 10. No, it's about 11. About 10 here. Now it's trading at 6,000. So another key support point to check out is this one over here, which is about 5,827. If you guys don't know anything about technical analysis, I'm gonna make a video shortly in the upcoming days about technical analysis and why it's important to use technical analysis, even though there are many people that don't believe in technical analysis. An important tool of technical analysis is to set support and resistance level. Support is when there is a particular stock, reaches a low many times. So, like for example, here right now, Bitcoin is trading at support level. Right now Bitcoin is actually trading below support level. When the price goes below support level, many traders they sell the stock because they expect the stock to go even lower. Resistance is when a stock reaches a high point multiple times. You know what I mean? So, for example, this point here, which is about 10,000, this is considered a resistance point. So if in the future the Bitcoin will go up and pass at 10,000, the 10,000 price, these many traders will join the wave and buy the stock because it's considered a bullish sign. So right now Bitcoin is trading at support level, and the outlook, to be honest with you guys, doesn't look too promising. I don't expect Bitcoin by the end of the year to go back to $1,000, $2,000. But if you guys see how much Bitcoin dropped in 2018, Bitcoin dropped 50% in 2018 because it was trading about the high 16,000. Now it's in the 6,000. So even more than 50%. I expect Bitcoin to have a pullback here and probably go close to $10,000 again, but probably it's gonna stop at 8,000 and then go back down by the end of the year, and probably it's gonna try to reach this level over here, which is the 5,877. So my projection is Bitcoin probably is gonna trade by the end of the year around the $5,000 mark, or even watch this though. Even this sign over here, the 4,707.4, that's another support level. Because when the stocks goes down, a previous resistance becomes a support level. So since 4,745, it was a resistant level. This is now a support level. So uh, make sure you guys to know how to analyze a stock, and make sure not to be caught in a bull trap or a bear trap. So if you guys know a little bit about bubbles, you guys should know that the first phase of bubbles is the more enthusiastic phase, where the stock or the investment starts to gain some notoriety. More people get involved because they're like, wow, this is a good opportunity to buy and to make money. So people actually, they get involved, they buy, and this inflated the price all the way to all-time highs. But after that, it's all about psychology, because if you think about it, people that bought the stock when it was $100, and then now the stock is trading at $20,000. Okay, are people still gonna hold, or are they gonna sell and make profit? Many people gonna sell and make profit, because of fear that it's gonna collapse, and this fear of collapsing actually leads to collapse, and it creates a bubble. And this has been seen many times in history. So final words here to understand, to make clear about Bitcoin. So currently, the major news of Bitcoin is that there was a proof of a manipulation of the price, which inflated the price last year from June all the way to December. Many traders bought Bitcoin when it was about to decline in order to keep the price up, and this is called manipulation. So I really look forward to see if this actually is gonna have some consequences. And for today, as far as the technical analysis, Bitcoin is trading at the support level, which is not a good sign, because it means that since it broke a support level, it can go even lower than what's currently trading, and there is no sign of a reverse. So I expect Bitcoin to have a pullback and get close to 10,000, probably past the $8,000 mark. If you probably reach $8,000 about this level over here, and then go back and test this level over here, and it can go all the way down to 4,669. But then, of course, if something new happens to Bitcoin, if there's a major news, a positive major news, Bitcoin, this can go opposite and can trade back up. We want to see if governments are going to regulate Bitcoin, what the regulation is gonna be, and because also the major firms out there, they're starting to actively trade in Bitcoin, which usually is a good sign, but for the investor in the long term can be not a good sign, because when firm actively want to trade, this usually means they want to speculate on this particular asset. So that's why Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, among all, they're starting to have some cryptocurrency trading desk, and but this will increase the level of speculation, in my opinion. For the long term, I think Bitcoin wants to wait on the actual governments to see if they're gonna regulate Bitcoin or not in the future. And also the story about manipulation, and the fact that many want to kind of regulate mining, and the fact that they want to kind of slow down the level of mining, and the fact that mining is not you cannot mine crypto forever. I mean, there is a limited number of times you can mining Bitcoin. So there are many points that we want to see and to check to understand how Bitcoin is gonna move from now on. I'm from looking the chart, it doesn't look that great for Bitcoin at the moment because it is trading at lower levels ever, considering the highest high of 19,000. Bitcoin is trading $13,000 less, about that. So it's not a good sign at the moment because it just broke support level, and probably is gonna have a pullback and then go back down and test this support level here. And we want to see how it's gonna shape in the future. So to recap everything, Bitcoin, if you made money on Bitcoin, congrats to you. If you bought Bitcoin when it was $200, $50, $10, or even like $2,000, you're still positive and you're still making money if you hold long. If you bought Bitcoin when it was all-time high, and especially if you use credit cards, if you use personal loan, if you use your mortgage, if you use your equity in the mortgage and on all of that, it kind of looks scary for you in the long term. So hopefully this video was really constructive for you guys to understand what's going on with Bitcoin, what was the major news today, and what is the price target in the future, and hopefully you guys know how to be safe in this really speculative asset. Thank you guys. Subscribe, leave a comment, and let's grow our community. Thank you guys.